What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown Media. My name is Zach from Another Letdown and the This Is Difficult video game podcast. I'll be your host this evening along with my good buddy Mike, aka Broody Gambit. How's it going, man?
It's going wonderful.
This is the show where we hang out on a Saturday night late after we probably should have gone to bed and paint minis instead because we're insomniacs and we have a lot of painting to do. So, that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm painting some Batman Gotham City Chronicles, and Mike is working on Star Wars Legion. As with all the shows that we host here on the Another Letdown Media channel, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. So, without any more delay, let's open the paint pots and get to painting. I almost did my Tales from the Archive intro. There's Watching Paint Dry. All right, so Mike is doing something special tonight. He's gonna be working with the airbrush a little bit, which is I'm interested to see that. I'm just working on these little brutes over here, and I should probably turn my light on. That would help. There we go. Now it's easier to see.
So today I've got a large occupier tank, Imperial occupier tank, and in order to speed up the process of coating this entire thing, that will be predominantly one color, I will be using the airbrush.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I may need to mute myself every so often if the compressor gets too loud, but
sure.
I will pay attention for that, and I will be glad to talk through as much as I can, and if any of our viewers want to ask questions, I will answer as best I can as well.
Yeah, and we'll take this opportunity as well to mention that commissions are open, so if you have a miniature that that's been kicking around that you want done, let us know, and we will happily talk to you about pricing and all that stuff. So, yay! Other things of note. Adam might be joining us a little bit at some point tonight. We're gonna keep an eye on the chat and whatever. Adam says he's got Black Panther and Killmonger ready to go. So we'll see if movie nights gets done early enough for him. He'll dive in and join us for that. So I got to decide some colors on these guys, and I don't honestly know what these guys are even wearing or what they are doing. They're just these doofy-looking guys with man buns on the tops of their heads.
Who are they for?
They're just brutes with shotguns.
Okay.
Which, real helpful, right?
Yeah. Okay, so for me, I've got a Posh. That is the brand Paasche. It is gravity fed, so there's like a pot that will attach into. I'll show you the full getup. But it's pretty much just fill this pot with paint. It runs by gravity through here. It will eventually get fed into a tip that will just blow the air out, and that's pretty much the basic concept of how it works.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. I found some reference photos, and I think I am more or less ready to go here. So, all right. I did buy some new paints to replace things like this Steel Legion drab that has gone very, very badly wrong on me. So we will immediately upgrade here, because that one I know for sure is garbage. I also flipped over my little drop cloth here, so that'll help too.
So this right here is the full setup. I've got the tip, which comes in 3 different sizes depending on the type of spray you want. It gets very, very tiny. And essentially this filler, the paint comes in and attaches the pot to the back end, and it drops out through this little front nozzle, and this little tip essentially seals the hole of the spray tip. And as paint flows in, you can control by loosening up how much comes out.
Oh, right on.
So I'm going to start. Instead of doing like the standard Imperial like ATSD gray, I'm actually going to make this more of a forest type camo almost color. So I'm using yellow olive.
Oh, nice.
The color. I've got a set of Vallejo Model Air.
Okay.
It is a little bit thinner than most paints. I know Citadel has their brand of airbrush stuff, but
yeah, they have a whole line of it.
And like if you don't have any of the airbrush particular ones, you can buy stuff like Airbrush Flow Improver.
Okay.
That kind of just dilutes it just a little bit and helps it run through the workings easier.
Nice. Hey, Brett. How's it going? Nice to see you today, buddy. Thank you for the Tavern Keeper mini. I'm very excited to paint that. I have some good ideas. Yep, I got brutes with shotguns, and then if Adam joins us later, I've got brutes with chains as well to do tonight. That's such a weird noise, and I love it.
Is the compressor coming through?
No, the compressor's not. It's the sprayer.
Oh, you're actually hearing the sprayer? Okay.
Yeah, it's great because it basically tells me to look up, so I can watch you do this. So these guys are going to be slightly less batch painted than the last couple, because I want these guys all to have different shirt colors and different pants. And their skin tones, as per last time, are going to be different as well. I also took a good hard look at the detail on their faces before I started here tonight, so here's hoping that that I actually can make flesh colors work for me today. gonna do this guy with khakis here. Just like the first batch of guys that I did, I'm going to do 4 different colored shirts. And a few different colors of pants. I will make note that the bigger models play havoc with lighting. Couple of guys with some brown. I'll do one more. One more duder with khakis. Might as well maximize the utility of the brown here. So how'd the game go you guys played this afternoon?
It went well. Taffy and Greg had not played it.
What was it? What were you playing?
We were playing Call to Adventure.
I don't know that one.
It is a narrative, like, storytelling card game.
Uh-huh.
And we were playing the Stormlight Archive edition.
Oh, nice.
So it's like the basic game is mostly just a bunch of fantasy tropes and other things like that are pretty common in most fantasy. This one is all exclusively stuff involved in the first 3 books of the Stormlight Archive.
Nice. Brett, that's fantastic. Yeah, I love Drakenhof Nightshade. You know that's my favorite paint, or my favorite shade in the GW arsenal. And yeah, it looks super good over white.
Okay. So.
Oh wow.
Get a grand total of like 10 minutes.
15:21 since we went live.
15:21. Okay, yeah. I have fully coated the tank, which exactly as I intended, like an actual like Abrams tank almost color.
Oh my god, that is incredible, dude! I am blown away.
Yeah. Like I said, it's good for a solid single coat.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're doing, you can use it for multiple colors. Like earlier today, I painted this owl.
Yep.
I was practicing 3D printer, and I used 3 different color browns: mahogany for the wood, umber for the dark feathers, and a light brown for the chest area.
Yeah.
And this is large enough where I could take the airbrush and actually use the different colors for the most part and spray over it. But the details and stuff that I'm going to be working on this tank are a bit too small for at least my skill level of using an airbrush.
Sure.
At least for the accents and stuff that I wanted to do. So that's the part where I'm about to go get my paints and do everything by hand.
Awesome. Well, I would say we've definitely done the learning and growing segment for the day.
Yeah. But if you were watching essentially the key is just nice, consistent swipes.
Now, did you when you were learning how to use the airbrush, did you have just like a bunch of dummy, crappy models that you didn't really care about that you were trying on them?
Not in particular.
No.
A lot of the stuff I started with was like more bulk, like minions stuff.
Okay, sure.
So it's like I used a white for stormtroopers and just had tons of stormtroopers and just worked on getting like a consistent. It kind of like when you're using an air primer, like a spray primer, is just getting a nice consistent coat over it. I just kept working on that with small things. I did have some like ATSTs and some larger vehicles that I used as well.
Yeah.
But no, I did not have like really any dummy models, just stuff that would be easier to use.
Right on.
Okay. I will be back in just a second. I've got to actually grab my paints.
Oh, Averland Sunset not cooperating today. Being very streaky. Have to do multiple coats, I think. Yeah, I mean, I've had better success in smaller areas, but yeah, this is it's all right. It'll be fine. I'm gonna drop down a brush size. I have an idea. Oops. One of my brushes got left uncapped. I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, going down in brush size helped a lot there. I was so cranky today, Broody, the store did not have a bunch of the stuff I needed.
Oh yeah?
So I'm like making do with bad equipment. I needed new brushes and some other stuff. And Mike just hasn't ordered anything, apparently, or it's just not there. Because we all know that GW loves to screw everybody over.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wonder if Steve from the Skulls department's real job is Steve from the Screw You Over department.
Oh, I guess also I got a little distracted. We were playing the Stormlight Archive.
Yes, yeah.
Auto Adventure. So in it, you start out getting a set of 6 cards.
Sure.
2 of which are an origin for your character. 2 of which are a motivation, and 2 of which are a destiny.
Okay.
You pick out one of each of them, and they give you kind of bonuses and stats and goals.
Right.
So, like in the standard game, like your destinies can be like criminal mastermind, or like champion of the people.
Yep.
Just kind of a lot of basic things like that.
Mm-hmm.
In the Stormlight, it's there are 12 destinies, 10 of which are the various orders of Knights Radiant.
Yep.
Which is like the magic people in the Stormlight Archive.
Yep.
And then 2 are just kind of like other important things that happen that aren't like the magic people.
Sure.
Which is fine, and so like your character starts out and you've got these 3 things, and you essentially have stats like D&D. You'll have
sure.
Strength, Dex, Con, Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma.
Uh-huh.
And based on how many of these icons you have in your story, determine the number of runes you throw when attempting challenges. So when you start, you tend to have 2.
Mm-hmm.
So like today I was playing, my origin was a student.
Okay.
It gave me the ability that let me, whenever a rune showed an icon, which is worth more points in terms of game, I'd get an experience. And it gave me an intelligence and a wisdom as my like starting stats.
Makes sense.
There are challenge cards that come up, and there are 3 acts. And as you accomplish things, you take those act cards and put them into your story. And if you complete a challenge, like you can generate essentially more skills for your character.
Yeah.
And then that's how you throw like more runes, and it helps you beat stronger challenges and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool.
Yeah. And at the end, you kind of like your destiny being the number of triumph and tragedy points and leftover experience you have.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fun part is at the end of the game, you take all of your like story cards that you've built and like tell your story.
Oh, neat. I've never been particularly good at that. Like, there's a couple games that have that sort of mechanic, and I'm just like, improv comedian, but can't tell jokes. Like, for some reason, I just like I'm not bad on the fly, except for those weird situations. It's very odd. But with the group around to tell you, if I feel like in a cooperative setting like that, you come up with the story together as opposed to on your own.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that concept a lot. Oops, slapped a little there.
So now I'm actually getting to also use my vehicle brush that I don't very often get to use. So I've pulled out lead belcher, and I'm adding in like some metallic grates for the bed that holds the cargo crates.
Yep. Yeah, my go ahead. Sorry.
And I'll be as well as like I'll be doing the guns and a couple of the other accents with the silver.
Nice.
So yes, this vehicle brush is just pretty much a long flat brush.
Yep.
That coats. Although going over this bridge is annoying, but
yeah. I think the next time I get to use my big vehicle brush will probably be when I do the Batmobile. Which technically probably doesn't need a whole lot of paint, but because it is already black. But I feel like there's probably some detail work that needs to be done and such. So I'm doing a yellow shirt, a blue shirt,
a red shirt,
and a green shirt. Which is probably pretty cookie cutter, but I'm okay with it.
One shirt, two-shirt, red shirt, blue shirt.
Is that it? I feel like that's a Star Trek like parody. Is that a thing that exists?
I have no idea. I was just obviously playing off the Dr. Seuss, but
yeah, but I feel like there has to be a Star Trek thing that does that. If not, it's a seriously missed opportunity, and Seth MacFarlane get on that. Have you watched the Orville?
I have not.
Oh, it's so good. Adam and Ness basically twisted my arm until I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Like, I don't usually like Seth MacFarlane at all. I don't like Family Guy. I think it's stupid.
I don't either, yeah.
Like, he's a decent, just like, he's pretty funny, just like when he goes on talk shows and stuff like that. But all the hosts ever want him to do is Stewie. And I'm like, you can see it in his face. It's like, clearly he doesn't want to do that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And when he's doing the Orville, it just seems like he's so happy. Yeah, Orville is amazing. I really love it. The comics, I'm not... Like, I've tried to read the comics a couple times. I'm like, these are fine, but I just as soon watch the TV show. It's one of those shows that, like, you don't need the backstory of every character. You just kind of go with it. Or you can just kind of go with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Had a really interesting discussion with a customer today. Right as I was closing up, a good friend of ours, his name's Phil, and he loves to talk movies with me because he knows I'm very passionate about filmmaking and studied it for an extensive amount of time. And we were talking about the good superhero movies versus the great superhero movies. And I say this a lot, but it's something that I love to talk about. The best superhero movies are the ones that redefine what it means to be a superhero movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like Winter Soldier was a spy thriller with superheroes. Guardians of the Galaxy was a space buddy comedy with superheroes, as opposed to something like Ant-Man, which was a superhero movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, like, in my opinion, was pretty cookie cutter. But he was asking me about Luke Cage, which I personally think is one of the best Marvel TV shows. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very it sent a message. It was, poignant and kind of the show we need. And it also featured a lot of, I'm going to say non-white directors.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was really good for everyone, for everyone involved. And he was asking me, well, what makes that as good as it was other than that? And I said, well, think about the Spike Lee movies. The best of which, in my opinion, is Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Those told a story that needed to be told. Luke Cage does a very similar thing, and I would love to hear what Spike Lee has to say about Luke Cage, the show. I would love to hear his opinion. And I wonder if anybody's asked him.
To be honest, I'm sure someone has. I just would definitely need to look it up.
Exactly, yeah. And our Danish research buddy is has been watching too much Games Done Quick this week and has passed out early.
I don't know why I'm bothering painting the inside of the tire treads that are going to be face down and you're not ever going to be able to see what's glued down.
It's because you're a perfectionist, Broody. Just like me. I, quite honestly, put a ton of detail work into the inside of my Land Raider and then glued the hatch closed.
I was about to say, you can tell, Fantasy Flight didn't even want to give this much detail because the inside is just a flat circle.
Right.
As opposed to the side that's outside actually has, the wheel well and everything else in it.
Right.
So much silver and lead filter.
I hear that.
I was almost thinking at this point in time looking at the treads and after I started working, it was find my painter's tape and just tape off the thing and then pull out the airbrush again to do the wheels or the tread.
Blue tape is great.
And that would also include having to clean out that pot where I had the olive in, the olive yellow.
Yeah. Alright, green shirt.
It's a slightly time-consuming process.
I want a dull... Yeah, War Flash. Is that the one I want? Or do I want Caliban green? No, I want...
You want both?
No, I'm not doing both. Listen, if I wanted a Bonzi Buddy's opinion, I'd ask Greg. I'm gonna go with Waflesh. It's a little bit duller. Yep, I like that. Good call. We did it right.
Also, I'm painting the underside of the tread where the tread is going to be glued to the base.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that literally going to, you're going to put glue on that?
Yes. Don't know why I'm doing this.
I know why you're doing it. Learning and growing.
Yep. Now I'm also being a little generous as I'm painting this. Because usually for something like this tank or several vehicles I'll end up dry brushing a Necron or some silver color.
Yeah.
Just to kind of have there's metal underneath here and it's wear and tear. So if I spray a little lead belcher on the side of the tank, I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's just where something happened.
It's also a good time to illustrate the difference between, for example, an Imperial tank such as that one, and a Rebel tank or a Scum and Villainy tank. Those two would be significantly more weathered and probably stolen. So you'd use something like the. I'll go get it. Hold on. Right next to me. It's this technical. The Oxide.
Yeah, the rust color.
Nylock oxide. Nylock oxide, that's what it's called. Which gives you a sort of like a coppering effect. And I'm using a lot of that on my Chaos Dwarfs vehicles.
Paint water's a little full.
One time, just to be funny and to scare my wife, I was using a brand new water cup. And I was like, oh, look, I filled this too much. And I took a big sip out of it. And she was like, oh, my God, what are you doing? I'm like, no, it's fresh water. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I meant to ask you, because I told you yesterday that I was going to tell you a joke on the stream.
Yeah.
But then Jared chose Giles, and I had to tell him instead.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I had heard it before.
Okay.
Although the version that that I've heard before is like Euripides and Eumenides.
Eumenides, yeah. I've been getting so much mileage out of that stupid joke.
Yeah.
My students were ready to punch me. I literally kicked off every class yesterday with it. It definitely went over most of their heads because they're, elementary schoolers. But the 7th and 8th graders definitely got it and were like, "Oh my God, that joke is bad and you should feel bad." I'm like, the correct response is to tell me to go to bed.
Yeah. So that's the point of jokes. If
Yep.
you don't feel bad, you didn't do it right. At least good dad jokes.
Well, it's funny that neither one of us are fathers, and yet dad jokes make us laugh more than most.
Yeah.
I like this color juxtaposition here. The green with the khaki pants.
Yeah, that's a really good color combo.
A couple more pairs of pants here. I'm gonna do one of my awesome new denim style.
Yeah, I need to try that denim trick that you figured out. I usually have such problems with blue jeans.
Yeah.
I usually end up like doing my standard blue and then with Drakenhoff and then using a sky blue to highlight.
Yeah.
It just doesn't turn out as well.
Yep, Celestra Gray, Drakenhoff Nightshade. And then, what is it? Thunderhawk Blue. Oh dear. Drush did not get Bry.
I think that's all I can do, like, vehicle brush.
Time to drop a brush size.
Almost let go.
This guy almost looks like he's wearing sweatpants. Oh, did I tell you? I told you about my epic teacher moment early in the week.
Remind me?
So, Monday, my student comes in wearing white sweatpants. Like, just stark white sweatpants that we know are going to get filthy by the end of the day.
Yeah.
And we're like, Nolan, what are you wearing? And he goes, what? And which made me think of Vinnie Barbarino. And I said, oh my God, if he says where next, which he didn't. And I was like, okay, thank you. But then the science teacher starts ripping into him about wearing white sweatpants. And his reaction, this kid's reaction, is to just kind of sputter. And I was like, okay, all right, do. What I need you to say after your teacher is done ranking on you is turn around, look him straight in the eye, and say, up your nose with the rubber hose.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And the kid's like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, trust me, that's what's going to get you out of this. And he goes, fine, all right, whatever. So my colleague finishes ranking him, and Nolan comes back with up your nose with a rubber hose, and every teacher in the room laughed, and Todd goes, the science teacher goes, yep, that is the right answer. All right. White pants done. That will soon turn to blue jeans. Although I kind of like... Part of me really likes the white pants, too.
As long as it's after Labor Day.
Grown. I'm gonna go dark gray here. Let's see what happens. See where that takes us. I found a reference image online that, like, I'm trying desperately not to copy exactly, but having difficulty with said task. White pants because they run a house painting service on the side. I mean, would that be out of the question for a Gotham City thug?
That is odd that so many, like, painting companies, like, they come in, like, white coveralls. It's like, that's gonna get super dirty. But
right?
I guess then it's like, it's clean when it's clean.
Yeah, I think dark gray will work. Here, I think it'll be all right. Oh, whoops. I started looking something up on my phone and then started painting again. All right. Yeah, I think the darker gray works really nicely with the blue. I think if I did the white pants with the blue, I think it would be way too bright. At the end of the day, I think these guys are going to be all right. What the hell? Oh. Oh dear. So I built another plastic snap together model kit this week.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of fun.
Another Mega Man one?
No, I'm waiting on Zero. That'll be the next Mega Man one I get. I was so sad that I can't get my hands on the X one. But no, I found Nervosh from Eureka 7.
Sorry, what?
I found Nervosh from Eureka 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, mech on airboard. How can I say no? And I will note that the Kodabukaya, I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, Mega Man snap together model kits are way higher quality than the Bandai ones. But like, it was still super fun. I mean, you pay for what you get, right? The Kodabukaya ones are like almost $200, and the Bandai ones are like $65.
Yeah.
But it was nice to sit down and watch some stuff that I need to watch for work and keep my hands busy. That was my Tuesday and Wednesday night. And I'm still playing through Hades.
Yeah.
That game is super rad. Although I'm so frustrated with it. The last 2 runs I've done, I got all the way up to is Styx? River Styx? I think it is. The last bit, and get killed by rats.
That's terrible.
Poison is... Adam pointed it out yesterday on Discord. Poison is the worst mechanic in gaming. Like, it's so annoying.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, I still haven't been able to beat Meg in that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's really frustrating at first, and then once you figure her out, you're just like... Oh. And then the next boss is incredibly straightforward. It's just hammer it as hard as you can. But Meg is super annoying. And I won't spoil anything because there's more.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that the no matter how good or bad you do, there's still the classic reward of story.
Yeah.
And that's quite cool.
Yes.
But yeah, I've come super close, and I can taste it. I can feel it coming. I know that I'm gonna get through it at some point. I just need to put together the right boons, and we're gonna be all right. Rhinox hide. So next, paint off the palette here. We're gonna go move into Mournfang in a second too, which I just bought a fresh pot of because I was running out, and we happen to have a little bit on the shelf. Oops. I love that I'm playing through Arkham Asylum as I'm painting through these Gotham City Chronicles minis, because I get so much reference and ideas and stuff.
Man, Arkham Asylum is such a good game.
The whole series is freaking amazing.
Yeah. But it was so groundbreaking when it came out.
Yeah.
like the rest of the series is like, okay, yeah, they like expanded on it, but like the first one is just, I mean, you get into the combat and it just flows.
Yeah.
You like get into Predator maps and it's just like this is what being Batman is.
Exactly. Shortly after it came out, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions came out, which...
I never played that one.
Sorry?
I never played that one.
So, I liked what they were trying to do with. I really liked it. And I know it was critically panned. But I think part of that was because it came out so close to Arkham Asylum that people wanted that fluid combat and didn't get it.
Yeah.
But you have, I mean, the glorious combination of Neil Patrick Harris voicing Spider-Man and controls very similar to Arkham Asylum, so coming from one and going to the other was incredibly easy. Oh, I need more Dryad Bark, really? That's the one I forgot.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I had that problem going from... I had just finished a run-through of the Arkham trilogy.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I did all 4 of them.
Yep.
Finished Arkham Knight, and then, like, immediately jumped... Well, it didn't immediately, but relatively shortly after, like, I think Christmas came along, and I got Horizon Zero Dawn and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I got Horizon Zero Dawn for a little bit, but then I jumped into Spider-Man because I was really excited about it. And it's, like, just close enough in combat that I kept dying because I kept trying to do things like Batman.
Yep.
Whereas, like, the button layout of Batman, that's not the button layout for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I'm making an executive decision here.
Okay.
Instead of putting these guys in white armor, instead of wasting this bit of black-gray that I've got, I'm going to put them in black-gray armor.
There you go. Well, what I need to do here... I have these awesome pencil highlighters that I am just drawing... Well, trying to draw. There we go. An X on the cans of paint that need to be replaced. They're still usable, but it reminds me that I need to pick those up next time I'm at work. And, okay, I'm going to try something. I have no idea what's going to happen.
The best thing to do.
I'm going to try and do yellow, so like Everland Sunset with a sepia wash to try and get a light brown to be like those yellow work boots.
Okay.
Fingers are crossed. So if this doesn't work, it could look ridiculous.
How's your yellow turning out?
Well, the yellow's turning out fine, and I think it'll look okay. But hopefully it's going to have to be tempered a little bit, and hopefully the sepia can control that. Ow. Oh, that was a mistake.
What'd you do?
Well, I put my brush, behind my headphones sometimes, but I jammed it up under my glasses. That was really painful. I think skin is next. While I think about it, I'm gonna do the bases, because that's easy. We all know how bases go. Ow!
Stop hurting yourself.
Yeah. That was odd.
I also chose to make this harder on myself.
What's that?
I chose to make this harder on myself because when assembling the tank, I could have assembled it also with hatches closed and didn't have extra stormtroopers and stuff hanging out of its tank.
Oh.
But I chose to have the driver poking his head out and the guy with the giant gun on top.
Yeah, well, I mean, though, real talk, though, what we're doing here is purely aesthetic. Could we play any of these games without painting the minis? Yes. But we are all about the look and feel of things. So making things look authentically Batman is very much what I'm attempting to do. Making things look authentically Star Wars is very much what you're trying to do. And, trying to make things look authentically Marvel is what Adam's trying to do. And, that's the whole point of painting the minis in the first place. Although I'm very excited for Captain Kirk's eventual commission for me to do the Freedom 5 as Transformers. I think that's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. You done messed up, Ron.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna have to fix the thing real quick. No worries, nothing big. Just a little Rhinox hide slippage.
Ah. I just had an idea.
Broodies had Brainwave. Broodwave?
Let's hope this turns out well.
Repairs have been exacted, Captain.
Perfect.
Whoops. That brush. Brush that's clear on the other side of the table. You know, that's... Drop another one of those on the floor. Good God.
So what I'm doing right now is just painting a light gray line on the base of where this thing is going to be sitting. So I can pull the thing up, lay down some like mud color type technical.
You mean Sterling Battlemeyer?
I forget which one I've got. Yeah, I have Sterling Mud.
Yep.
And it essentially will give me a, hey, I can paint here. Or at least on the outside of this rim.
The outer rim.
Yeah. Go to bed.
Thank you.
It just gives me an outline that I can work with, so I don't have to like paint the entire thing and then have it glued. And since I've got a little bit of this black gray left over, it allows me to not waste it.
Yeah. All right. Got the bases done. Which will obviously be patched up and dry brushed with a lighter color. Actually, missed a bit here.
So the other thing I did with this tank is ahead of time I glued magnets.
Yeah.
Onto the back of this, so I could paint over them, and then the cargo containers also have the magnets.
Oh, cool! Oh, wow!
And then they can just stick onto the back and then come on off if I don't want them on.
That's so cool, man.
I can call up different numbers of them. I haven't looked through all the cards if there's some sort of like you can drop the cargo container to add cover or anything like that, but I have options.
Yeah, absolutely.
To make things look cool.
I have a couple of models of magnets at this point. I'm working on one. It's up out of my reach at the moment, but it's going to be a Kadai Destroyer which is effectively just a Chaos Space Marines thing, but it's like super crazy cool and big. And I'm filling all the gaps in it, all the fleshy areas with green stuff and making it into fire. So it's literally a beast made of living fire.
Nice.
But I've been working on that for like 2 years now. So it'll get done when it gets done, you know. Alright, we're gonna do this guy with ye olde standard Bugman's Glow. Maybe. Oh dear.
Make sure this firing arc stays pristine as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of important to know where your vehicles can shoot.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a, we don't usually do this. I'm actually doing the basing. I guess sometimes you do the basing.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it depends on how far we get, really.
I guess I haven't even done the wash yet on mine, but I should probably do that.
Well, one crisis at a time. I would conquer the basing since you're there.
Mm-hmm.
The basing is so mindless, it's just like, yeah, just hammer it out. So what do you think about Wanda Vision on Friday? You gonna watch it?
Huh?
The new Marvel show, Wanda Vision?
I don't know. I'll probably check it out at some point in time.
Yeah. It's not like Mandalorian, and like I'm not gonna necessarily like I'll probably watch it on launch day just because why the hell not? But like I'm not super over the moon excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the same can be said for most of like Phase 4. Like,
yeah.
MCU and at this point in time, I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, I just kind of don't care that much. I'm excited for Spider-Man. I wonder.
That's the one.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. Yeah.
I think depending on what they reveal in Spider-Man, I might actually get excited about some other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
As much as Far From Home was all about, like, I don't want to be the next Iron Man. Well, sorry, Spidey, you kind of are.
You kind of have to be.
Like, you don't really have much choice. But, like, on the surface, like, I don't care about Eternals. I definitely don't care about Ant-Man 3.
I am excited about... I would probably go see Ant-Man 3.
Really?
Yeah. I've liked a lot of the Ant-Man ones, and Ant-Man is actually probably... Well, between Ant-Man and Hulk are like my two favorite Avengers to begin with. Yeah,
okay.
I like Ant-Man more than Scott Lang.
Yeah.
I like the original Ant-Man.
Yeah, no. I agree with you there.
But like, I'd still be interested in seeing what they do or where they go, because I've enjoyed the first two a lot.
All right.
The first one you could tell was still like hungry leftover remnants of Edgar Wright.
Yeah. Who is my like? When I heard Edgar Wright was on Ant-Man, I got so excited. Edgar Wright is my favorite director.
Yeah.
But... Or modern director, I should say. Of course, I do find it funny to, like, go back and examine my... film preferences in different eras of my life. If like film school stuff, Zach would have told you Kevin Smith in a heartbeat. And now I realize Kevin Smith's not a great director. He's actually pretty bad, but his films are good and they have heart. And that goes a long way.
Kevin Smith to be like this really at all.
Sorry?
I'm not really a big fan of Kevin Smith at all.
And, you know, that's fine. I discovered Clerks when at a particular point in my life when I kind of needed it.
Yeah. But, and I'm not talking about him just like in terms of like a director or something. Like, because I haven't seen Clerks or any of that stuff.
Sure.
Like, I have a problem with the most part that, like, I don't know, he gives off the vibes to me that he thinks, or it just seems like, I've done something nerdy and I like comic books, therefore I'm like the end-all be-all voice of like comic book things.
Okay, so I definitely agree with you there. He does give off that vibe. But I will also point out that I will also say from personal experience, he's not that guy.
Okay.
I've hung out with him a couple of times. He's actually really chill, and he's very down with like, yeah, you do your thing, man. Like, your thing is cool too. He's very validating.
I guess the other one like that is Will Wheaton.
Okay, I've had a particularly negative experience with Will Wheaton.
I was about to say, Will Wheaton seems to be like the same vibes, but for board game stuff.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I was in Star Trek, which is like the most nerdy thing ever, so that makes me the end-all be-all authority on giving my say about what nerdy things are.
Yeah, he was like that for a while, and now it's Tom Vassell.
Yeah.
Tom Vassell is a Class A D-bag.
Mm-hmm.
Have I told you this story?
No.
So, our first Gen Con, Baboon and I were demoing Fate of the Elder Gods.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as we all know, is a Richard Launius game, and that's, you know, I'll back up. We got off the plane in Indy, Craig called me up and said, hey, I need someone to demo Fate of the Elder Gods right now. And I'm like, Craig, we're at the airport. And he goes, great, get yourselves over here as quickly as you possibly can. So we got over there, we're there until like midnight training to demo this game at 8 in the morning. And after the first day, Richard came over and introduced himself to us and was asking us how we felt about the game, how things were running, the whole 9 yards. And I would consider him one of my friends at this point because of what the positive reaction, positive interaction we had. And the dawn of the third day, we're lining up to go into the main hall, and Richard is checking in with Alex and me. He's asking us how things are going, and Tom Vassell comes up, tries to butt in front of us and engage Richard in some other conversation. And Richard, ever the champion, goes, "Excuse me, I'm talking to these two fine gentlemen. I'll talk to you later, Tom." And Tom looks so indignant, like this is the greatest slight against my person. Like, it was wicked funny. Yeah. Alex and I were dying laughing. But yeah, my interaction with Will Wheaton was very similar. We didn't have a game that he wanted, and he threw a hissy fit. By we, I mean not me at all, but my buddy Doug. And it was like the whole, do you know who I am kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like, we're like, dude, we sold out. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I know who you are. You're Will Wheaton. You can take scalpers to get the game out of like whatever they're selling you for.
Exactly. And, well, he also wanted it for free.
Oh.
And we're like, no. Like,
yeah, I guess also kind of like I haven't met a lot of these people, so like I don't know personally how they are.
Right.
I just basically know kind of what I've seen in interviews and their own little like shows and other things that they've done.
Yeah.
That just kind of give off those vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, contrast to how like, the vibes that Will Wheaton stuff gives off, like Felicia Day.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.
I know she likes nerdy things, and I feel like for a time there, everyone tried to like shove the girl gamer like the female version of Will Wheaton on her, and she's just like, no, leave me alone.
Yeah. No, she is the sweetest of sweethearts.
Yeah. Like, and I've always enjoyed like seeing her opinions on some games.
Yep.
And hearing her stories about games and other stuff, because she doesn't come off as like the, yes, I'm a nerdy actor person who's been in nerdy things, therefore my opinion of nerdy things is more valid than yours.
It may be, more prominently displayed because you have the outlet to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I went to a book signing with her, and I helped her at Comic-Con twice. Yeah, she's wonderful.
As opposed to Lou Ferrigno.
You know who else is a... Sorry?
Lou Ferrigno is an asshole.
Is he?
Yeah. We had him at SC Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And like pretty much he showed up at the airport and was immediately just like, you bags, to like the guy that got sent to pick him up from the airport.
Oh.
Yeah. Just he's like, wouldn't even use his name, just kind of snapped at him when it was like, literally snapped his fingers at you, pointed at the bags, and then he's just like, take me to the hotel.
Oh my god.
And yeah, it was a very bad experience, and we like never even tried to get him back again.
I think the best guest we've ever had was, well, I mean, okay, the best not Stan Lee guest that we ever had, in terms of just general good person, was Alan Tudyk.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
He was a saint. Oh, Bone Shooter 87, welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the hecklers. Yeah.
So I'm watching over this entire thing.
Yep.
And I'm using Agrax Earthshade.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because give it a dirty, muddy look, like it's been in the trenches.
Yep.
Over the trenches.
So I'm trying an old school technique on the skin of these minis this time because I was so frustrated with it last week. It's basically the same dry brushing technique that I would use, but with a base color and letting some of the black come through, because it's just, the detail is so light on these models that basically this technique makes it look like there's a little bit more detail than there actually is. Anyway, yeah, Alan Tudyk was amazing. I had a conversation with my panelists were running late at their panel, and he was in the room at the next, and it didn't bother him one iota. He just sat there and chit-chatted with me. We talked about Tucker and Dale versus Evil, because that had just come out.
That is a hilarious...
Oh my god, I love that movie so much. And he was so gracious about it, and like, so humble. And then at the end of the con, whether he worked with you or not, he went around to every single staff member, shook their hand, thanked them for, helping put on the convention and, being a part of it and making his stay so wonderful. It was, like, so cool. That's the year we also had the entire cast of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Everybody was there, including Tim Curry. And Barry Bostwick ate lunch with us a couple times. Jay Muse was there the whole weekend. Kevin Smith was there one day, and that was one of the times I interacted with him. And yeah, he was wonderful. But Jay Muse was hysterical. Jay came over to us. Jay was running super late, like the third day. And everybody's like, where's Jay? Where's Jay? Where's Jay? And Kevin was like freaking out because obviously, like, oh God, did he fall off the wagon or something? And Jay comes sauntering in a little while after that, singing Run Through the Jungle at the top of his lungs, carrying a case of Red Bull and a Lego set. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I had to go to Walmart. I had to pick up this wet Lego set. And so he signed a bunch of autographs and then hung out like 2 hours after the con closed playing with Legos with us.
That was great.
It was wonderful. Jay's a great dude. You know what? I'm going to keep going with the Catachin flesh because I like it. What the heck?
What's up?
Oh, there we go. It's like glooped up, but there's a bubble. So it's like flowing around the pot and not actually going down. That was very strange, but we got through it. We're fine. And I've told you the story of how James Marsters from Buffy rescued me.
Yep.
That was my first year. Did I tell you the story of Jimmy Palmiotti and my Daredevil #1?
Maybe, but I'm blanking on it.
All right, so the first year we got Stan, I was working as per usual with Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. Love them; they're sweethearts, both of them.
Yep.
And Frankie Thierry was also at our table, and Jimmy was moderating Stan's panel, and he said, "Oh yeah, so I gotta go. I'm gonna go do that. Do you have anything you want me to get Stan to sign for you? Because I'll do that for free. You've been working really hard this weekend, you know." And he always, Jimmy's great. He and Amanda always give me, you know, free autographs and free posters and everything, like literally everything under the sun, and they're wonderful. I've literally got an autographed Harley next to me. And I said, "Okay, Jim." Oh, sorry. I should preface this by saying Jimmy is the most goofy, like Brooklyn, you know, old school New Yorker ever. And I've never seen him, you know, serious about anything. He's always goofing off. And I say, "All right, Jim, this is my Daredevil #1 from 1964. I paid a lot of money to even just own it. If I hand this to you, I actually need you to take it seriously." And he goes, "Dude, no, I totally understand." And like he got super, super serious. And Amanda says, "Don't worry, Zach, we'll take care of it. It's fine." And so they bring it back, and Frankie and I are just sitting there, messing with Jimmy's little like placard on his table. You know, would they do the "Be Right Back" signs and stuff, and just goofing off. About an hour later, Jim comes back to the table, looking white as a sheet, and starts telling me this story of how a guy met Stan with a Fantastic Four #1, went back to get it signed, and Stan, with the tip of the Sharpie, tore the cover right off. And I'm like, "Oh my God, Jimmy, why are you telling me this story right now? What did you do? Where's my Daredevil?" And he goes, "Oh, nothing. It's right here." And it was perfectly fine, sealed in plastic, as it is now. It hasn't literally been opened since that moment. And I was like, "Jim, you gave me you trying to give me a heart attack over here? What's wrong with you?" It's probably anyway. It was very funny.
Yeah. There's so much to cover in the wash.
Yeah.
But I have a second pot of this egg syrup stage.
So I watched, I got bored at lunch today and watched Prince's performance from the Super Bowl halftime show back in the day. Oh my God, that guy was a good guitarist. It was pouring rain. And he gets out there and covers Foo Fighters and Hendrix and just all these awesome rock tunes. And then plays Purple Rain. It was freaking nuts. It was really cool. Really fun to watch. No. Can I get away with that? App time.
What is so the app?
All right. Give it a shot. So my brother found some of my very first minis from when I was in 7th grade.
Yeah?
That I loaned him. There's some old Imperial Guard. Oh boy, were they bad.
Yeah.
I was texting him pictures. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I still got, like, all of mine. Like, guarantee I didn't start painting until, like, I was, like, in my mid-20s.
Right.
So it's only been, like, not even a decade for me. And, like, the amount of improvement is...
It's pretty staggering, isn't it?
Staggering. And, yeah, I still have some of my old ones, and I, like, look at them, and I'm like, ooh, this is rough. No!
Oh no! Spilled paint!
Yes, I still paint.
Hey, Adam. Just gluing and priming? Yeah, we got Adam. He's in chat. Well, if you want to turn your camera on for gluing, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's part of the process.
Adam showed up and I immediately spilled my paint spot.
That's why we need that. Why we need that emote, Adam. Amongst so many other reasons, because that's going to be my general like, "Oops, I made a mistake" emote. I fell down a rabbit hole of listening to Mega Man music like metalized.
Uh-huh.
That is there's some talented musicians out there on the internet, first of all. But second of all, it's really cool.
Yeah. Not much egress today.
Yeah. The perennial struggle when painting tanks.
Okay, now to get some mold oil. I'm on the last dregs of my molten oil.
Oh no. We ran out at the store.
Yeah.
The great Nullen oil shortage of 2020.
I tried stopping by a Games Workshop store that's nearby, and they were like closed the day that I went there.
Oh no.
Like just they like just closed for the day.
Yeah.
But well, it's like I desperately need normal oil and I need to find it somewhere. Insides of it are going to be a little bit neater for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Whoa.
So yes, Adam, I am working on a tank, an Imperial Occupier. We missed the airbrush earlier. It took me about 10 minutes to get the whole fit down.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was completely blown away. If I ever pick up any of like the vehicles and stuff for Crisis Protocol, I think that's the kind of things I'd use an airbrush on.
Yes, definitely time saver. I was gonna say, I was showing off that owl that I was working on earlier. Like painting the entire thing took me about half an hour.
That's crazy. Whoa. Oh boy. All right. I'm always trying to leverage. Yeah, I think I do want to do. Black and gray for the guns. I guess it would help if I actually knew what a shotgun looked like.
What type of shotgun is it?
If
you don't know what a shotgun looks like, you probably don't know.
I know. So, I'm a pacifist.
Mm-hmm.
I know very little about guns. Basically, the extent of my knowledge is pull trigger, make loud, bang, kill thing.
Can you rotate him so I can see the...
Yes.
Okay.
Is it?
So that looks pretty standard. So the pump that he's got his forearm on.
Yep.
Do that as a brown.
Okay.
The rest of it looks like more like an actual tactical.
So I'm thinking.
You can in fact just leave it like that, if you want.
Okay, cool. That's
otherwise. I would say if you wanted to add color, brown for the pump and brown for the body, but not the barrel.
okay. Cool. That's exactly what I was thinking. So cool. I know a thing. Apparently, I guess. Who knows? All right. So you think Mornfang?
Yeah, Mornfang would look great for that.
Okay. Yeah, my buddy tried to get me to play airsoft with him once, and I vomited. I picked up the gun and promptly vomited. I just felt so bad about the concept of pointing something gun-shaped at someone and pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
But it's a learning and growing moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is what I'm going with for the shotgun, I think.
No, I'm not too sure.
I'm not dissatisfied. I think
How's it look? Oh, that looks perfect.
yeah. I'll do a dry brush of gray. Maybe a little bit of Iron Breaker just to show some wear and tear. Which means that we are, I think... Hold on. Oh. I want to patch a little bit up with Abaddon Black here before we move forward. Yeah, okay, that's better. And a little bit of... Oh, okay, I found a couple other things I need to do before we move on to inking. Oh my god, stand up! Jackwagon. Oh, whoops. That is the wrong color.
What?
I grabbed Celestra Gray instead of Rakarth Flesh. Whoops!
That's a very different color.
That is a very different thing. That is a very different thing. All right. Let's do some touch up on the basing. And we'll be good to go. Time to ditch the painting handle in favor of my fingies. God's sakes. All right. 1, 2.
No. Just added some Goldfag brown on top of the sterling mud.
Nice. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so come with me on this journey.
Okay.
How muddy do you want this terrain?
Your terrain or mine?
Yours.
I don't know.
Because an easy little trick that I picked up for making like very, very muddy, like almost swamp mud is instead of your standard Earthshade to use the Gloss Earthshade. Mm-hmm. And it makes it really like goopy looking.
Okay.
It's very cool. Something to consider.
Yeah. What I was thinking, like, I'm not sure I wanted it too muddy. I mean, like, I wanted to look like a little bit of mud.
Yeah.
I was probably going to start putting some flocking and have patchy grass.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So I have my trusty Elmer's glue here for that.
Absolutely. It's doing it again. Alright, I've just had silly brainwave. They've got these random, like, bracelets on their wrists. I'm gonna do them in the same color as their shirt. Because I'm lazy. Freaking... That'll also give me an opportunity to pull out the same colors I used on their shirts and do any patching that needs to happen before I ink them. I thought you were going to say make all the bracelets the same color so they can be friendship bracelets.
That is also a viable option.
That is also a viable option, Brett Moore. Oh my god. Now I kind of want to do that. Yep, nope, we're doing that. That's a thing that's going to happen. Oh, God, I hate opening these cans. Ow. It's such a small detail, I think it'll be fine.
And let that glue set for a little bit. And I've got patches of grass.
Nice.
And then I will glue the tank on.
Nice. I'm going to kick off the inking process here in just a second. I'm going to do one last little bit of patching up with catechin flesh. And the two darker dudes. Oh shoot, I did it again. These Citadel brushes just retain water. It drives me crazy. Oh my god.
Next on compound.
Yay! That's one I don't use very often.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have one right now. I think my inner perfectionist is showing through a little bit right now.
Yeah, the Nikon compound is definitely a difficult one to work with.
Yeah, it's just odd. All right, base coating done. Let's get some ink washed down. Starting with Flesh Shade. Oh, Jesus. We'll start by whacking the microphone. That seems like a good place to start. Man, I'm running out of this. I guess that's what happens when you use it on literally every model ever.
What?
Reclin Flesh Shade. Alright, that's that guy set for that. Next. Make this guy look a little bit less of a zombie.
Yeah, this Necron compound, like I said, it's a shiny metallic. It'll make this edges look a little like the paint is wearing off, and it's a little metallic.
Nice.
Especially good on the bed where the cargo container will be sliding in and off. There's a lot more scrapage.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Oh, hand. Flesh Shade working wonders on this boy. Off to the side for a minute. While we do the next guy. Go. Next. And finally, medium skin color dude. All right. That's it for Flesh Shade. Done and done. Moving on to... Oh, I don't know. I guess... There's a lot of Earthshade. I guess I'll do their shirts next. Shirts and pants. I'm going to try the yellow shade. I hope this works. and isn't just obnoxiously bright. Which it might be. No, it's not. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I think that's subtle enough to work. Cool. Off to the side with you. Let's...
I was debating for like the black gray.
Yeah.
For what to highlight or with the dry brush, and I decided on the Bracetti white.
Yep, sure.
What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, this one, text from my sister.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right. This dude. Man, Flesh Shade really doing work on this guy. Nightshade! Which I realize now is a rather odd thing to yell. Out of context. Get in there. You too. Everybody out of the pool. Everybody out of the pool for Nightshade. Wait, that's an even weirder thing to... Good lord, I'm all over the place today. Alright, the next guy is going to get Nightshade also, but his is going to be on his pants. Because this is how we do blue jeans. Gosh, this guy looks fun. I'm really happy with him. Yes. Oh, the blue jeans technique does it again.
Yeah.
I love it. So happy. We'll get back to his shirt in just a minute, but before we do that, we need to switch inks to Camo Shade. Where the heck is Camo Shade? Here? Are you here? Yes. You are here.
My fan's going, and so like I try to knock off some of that grass, and it's just like blowing every which way.
Oops.
No, I need to save the leftovers. Okay.
Man, I've been so impressed with this camo shade the last 2 weeks. Oh my god. Almost as utilitarian as freaking Nuln Oil at this point. Alright, now it's time for the sepias and the earth shades and the Nuln Oils. Think. Yeah. All right. Oh.
Moving to the base.
Yes. Okay. Worked.
And I didn't do it.
Alright. You guys all set for that. Yeah. I guess I'm just using sepia over. Oh dear.
Aha!
Hey, it worked.
We got muddy dirt base, muddy tank,
Muddy waters. Alright. Next. Oh dear. Marvel as I paint my own finger. This guy. Pants. The pants!
Bye, Brett.
Later, Brett. Thanks for stopping by, man. Oh, quickly! Do you have your the link to your 3D printer?
Who, me?
No, Brett. I was talking to him this afternoon. I asked him if he could send me a link to his 3D printer. Because I think I'm going to buy one.
And stop using the schools?
Are you kidding? Of course I'm going to still use the schools. But I want to buy a resin one for myself.
Yeah. After I get some practice with this one, I may upgrade to a resin at some point in time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Brett was kind enough to drop off to show me what he was working on and drop off a model for me to try. And I am very excited about it. It's a little tavern keeper. Ah, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. And with that, have a wonderful, wonderful night. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay. Null and oil on this guy. Yeah, I get paid this coming week, so I might... If the sale's still going on, I might snag one. Because... Even though I don't have a place to put it just yet. Soon. Ultimately, what I want to do, I've got a spot behind the curtain here. Actually, I might be able to... I'd have to cut back to just me. That is currently occupied by a bunch of magic cards that I don't use anymore. And so I can put those into storage or whatever and set up a miniatures display cabinet and just a small one and a 3D printer. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Alright, is there anything else that needs... No, I don't think so. Alright, Earthshade time. What have I done? Walter's Workshop, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the hecklers. I might put too much Agrax on that last one. Oh well. That's alright. I'm doing wonderfully. We are doing wonderfully. I'm painting some Gotham City Chronicles, and Mike over there is painting Star Wars. And occasionally we're joined by our friend Adam, who's working on the Marvel Crisis Protocol minis. I think he's doing some gluing today, though. Just got some new ones in. I have not played the game yet, but so far I've actually been super disappointed with the quality of the thugs. Now that might change for when we get to like the main characters and whatnot, but the faces are just not. They're just not strong, especially. TMNT soundtrack!
Hooray! I still need to finish up the TMNT stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. You still got like 2 or 3 other things, like, right?
Yeah, I've got like the 4 Deviation Turtles.
I don't. Which company did do?
That might be it.
I don't actually remember which company did the Gotham City Chronicles minis. I don't bend that way. Ow! Oh god! The box is literally right behind the curtain, but therein lies the problem, right? Okay.
Monolith.
Thank you. That's the one. It's the same company that did the Conan game. But yeah, so the three of us who do this, who put this show together, myself, Mike, and Adam, live in different parts of the country, and of course, due to all this, we didn't get to see each other at all this year, so it kind of sucked. So we were like, "Oh, hey, let's do a thing," and now we paint, and it's great. And I do other streaming on this channel too. I do video games on Thursday nights, and Mike and I do, with a bunch of other people, do tabletop board gaming on Tabletop Simulator on every other Friday, which is a lot of fun. And those are the scheduled shows. I have a couple of others. Sometimes I'll just go live and do a thing randomly as well. Oh, that's a trick of the light. That's not actually a problem in the mini. Derp.
User error.
Learning and growing. Yeah, it's pretty rad. And it's also like, it's helped us work through a lot of backlog of minis. Like, I finished all the minis for the game Brutality. I finished all the Gears of War minis. Did a bunch of Warhammer Fantasy. Or Blood Bowl, I guess, more specifically.
Finished with TMNT, the AEGS system.
Yeah. So we've made progress, and it's nice. It's good. All right. I hate waiting.
You hate waiting?
I hate waiting.
What are you waiting on?
Ink to dry. Unfortunately, that's not gonna be a short wait. So we're gonna start with starting on the Thugs of Chains, I guess. Oh.
What's up?
Oh. They're these guys. So these guys are purple with white. Okay. All right. Let's go. These guys are actually a specific mook. There's nothing like unique about them other than the fact that they are a specific mook. Problem is, I don't think I have the right shade of purple. Like, Nagaroth Knight is gonna be too dark. I think.
How purple is it supposed to be?
It's pretty light. It's kind of like sports jersey color.
Like a royal purple?
No, like a lilac almost.
Oh, okay. That is very light.
Let me see what I can do. Yeah, I need Demonette Hide. Because this mulberry color scheme in the app is literally exactly what I'm going for. There's color correction on there. This camera doesn't have color correction on it. It's literally this color. And that's... I'm not going to be able to achieve that with the dark purple. So I guess I'm going to have to wait on these guys. That stinks. Are you calling it for the night, Broody? Are you good?
I'd say, yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay.
My desk is still kind of messed up from
the move.
Everything to try to set up the 3D printer.
Sure.
Which is why I'm having to get up to get my paints as I needed them. So yeah, I'm about ready to call it.
All right. Well, then I will concur there. I got to still do the dry brushing on these guys and detail work, but I'll do that either in the morning or next week. Anyway, I will post the finished product of these minis to Facebook.com/another letdown. That's where you can find the pictures of all the minis, or I'm working on posting all the minis that we've done on the show. As soon as Mike texts me the final pictures of his as well, I'll post those as well. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We had a great time hanging out, painting some minis. We will be back, same bat time, same bat channel, next week. That's 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. I will be back on this channel, definitely for sure, Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time, playing Batman Arkham Asylum. That's the one I'm working on. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
See ya.
Technodrome. Let's kick shot.